Let's talk about some examples where The Long Walk perfectly depicts the metaphor of boys at war simply through its story of characters walking along road. Obviously, spoilers if you haven't seen The Long Walk, so drop a like and come back later. So Stephen King wrote The Long Walk back in the 60s as an allegory for the Vietnam War, and as you can see, this poster for the movie is very reminiscent of a Vietnam recruitment poster. But let's get to the movie and let's start small. The movie starts off with a group of boys reporting for duty in one area. They talk about their reasons for signing up, similar to how soldiers talk about their reasons for joining the war. And just like soldiers, the boys are given dog tags. Even the costume design of every character is meant to reflect that these young boys are now soldiers because all the colors are very reminiscent of a soldier's uniform. Judy Greer plays a mother who has to watch her son go on this war/walk. The major, played by Mark Hamill, talks about how their participation and sacrifice in this war/walk is going to reinvigorate the country as a whole. Now let's get a little deeper. Curly, the youngest one who lied about his age to get into the Long Walk because he felt it was the right thing to do, is the first one to die. He is the first casualty of the war and signifies the lost innocence to the other characters and makes them starkly realize what exactly they signed up for. This is expanded on in the conversation between McFreeze and Garrity when McFreeze says that when he saw the soldier pull the trigger, he thought for a split second that a flag will pop out with the word bang on it, proving that he was in denial about something that he signed up for. Soldiers go to war thinking that they're going to do the right thing, bring money for their families and have their reasons, but then realize the stark reality of what's actually happening. And because of this reality, a lot of these boys form a brotherhood because they all realize that they're in this war together. There's also the remark that Garrity makes when he says no one truly has a choice in the Long Walk, similar to how nobody had a choice in the draft for the war. Whether it's through a sense of duty or whether you need money or whether you need to go to college, a lot of people join the army or join whatever military force because they feel like they don't have a choice. Yeah, you can always turn it down, but would you risk going back to the life that you had? Or in the 60s, would you risk going to prison? And then getting into the walk itself, the thing about war is that you're kind of waiting a lot, and a lot of times people are waiting to die. You're there with your fellow soldiers or walkers, you're talking to each other, you're making bonds, you're making friends, and then eventually you're going to have to leave somebody behind. And in both instances, you have to soldier on. What started out as a clear-cut reason for joining this thing turns into a lot of regret as to why they joined in the first place. And the last thing that I want to bring up is that whenever a character is executed, it's not from a foreign bullet or some foreign soldier. It is from their own country. Their own country is executing these people for the betterment of everyone else. This is basically Stephen King saying that the U.S. is the one holding the gun here. The U.S. is the reason why these boys don't go home. McFreeze says in the movie that this is walk or die, but he might as well have said, this is war.